Master.
Nice to see you again. I do hope you enjoyed my last little jaunt. For my second challenge this week, I thought we might take to the piste with Ski or Die, a most amusing little game in which carefree young stunt skiers, or hot doggers as I believe they're called, perform dazzling aerial acrobatics. You will have 3 jumps with which to impress the panel of 6 judges. Marks are awarded for speed, altitude, difficulty of maneuver, and grace. So come out spinning and reach for the skies.
Well, our next 2 competitors are particularly suited to this game. Game players extraordinaire, as well as being masters of the piste. They're also 2 of the nation's most favourite DJs. From Capital Radio, please flap your hands fervently for Pat Sharp and Mick Brown. Now, Mick, first of all, how long have you been a joystick waggler?
Well, I've been a joystick waggler for quite a few years. I was once arrested for it, but ever since I took up this, I've found that you can't get arrested for it, so it's been quite a few years.
OK, now, Pat, we know you're a games fan as well, but you're also quite a big skiing freak also.
Yeah, as you said, Dominic, you know, going on the piste is fun, but it's the old après ski that I prefer, just taking it easy, but I'm going to give it my best shot today.
OK, now, I know there's a bit of rivalry between the 2 of you. I have to ask you, Pat, can you take Mick?
I'll have to ask my wife first.
OK. To find out who wins this celebrity battle of the joystick tuggers, join us after these messages. Welcome back. We're getting ready for the battle of the DJs here. Mick Brown against Pat Sharp in an aerial skiing contest. Joining me in my pulpit piste from Computer and Video Games magazine is Tim Boone.
Hello, Dominic.
Tim, welcome back. Any general tips you could give to our 2 DJ game players?
Sure. The tips I'd give the guys is to waggle the joystick like hell before you actually take off, to get as far off as you can into the atmosphere and do as many loops and back spins and flips as you can. Really impress those judges. Really go for it, basically.
OK, speed, skill and smoothness then, guys. Are you ready?
Ready?
OK, Mick, take your first jump. Now, Mick's obviously going to try and get as much speed as he can, Tom.
Absolutely. He's got to wiggle that joystick like crazy to get so that when he hits the end of the slope, he's off into orbit.
Oh, and he's up high. It's a daffy and a double Mobius flip. He's going to straighten up. He's straightened up. What an opening jump from Mick Brown.
Very, very nice jump indeed.
Oh,
Very
low
nice.
to high 6s. What a stunning opening jump. Average 31.9. And now, Mick, take your second jump.
Jump out.
So he's going to try and build up as much speed as possible. He's coming tearing down there, off the lip of it, and it's up. Something's gone wrong. Oh dear. And the crowd don't like that one. But he scored remarkably highly, Tim. Why was that?
It was a very clean jump. It was very fluid, but he didn't do very much. The judges are looking for fluidity and confidence as
But
well.
they like a bit of smoothness.
Yeah, but for the really high points, they like the action.
OK, then. So, Mick, take your third and final jump.
This is the big one. Let's go!
So Mick's going to go all out here. He's battling his joystick like mad. He's coming off the lip. And he's, 1 daffy, 2 daffies, stuck in a daffy, and landed.
That's a safe jump.
A safe jump, quite a low score, but it could be enough, an average of 13.0. So Mick's total is, in fact, a mammoth 54.5. Well, Tim, Pat's going to have his work cut out to match that. How would you
Definitely.
advise him to take each of his jumps?
I think that he should put some points straight down by doing a straightforward jump on the first jump. And if that's successful, really go for it. I'm talking about a triple loop, possibly.
OK, let's see if Pat takes your advice. Pat, when you're ready, take your first jump. And there goes Pat down the slope. He's getting as much speed as he can. He's up the top. He's done 1 daffy. He's done double flip. This could be a big one. Well, Pat averages 14.9 for his first jump. Tim just tried to be a bit too special, didn't
Absolutely. At the very last minute, was just too ambitious. Should have left it as it was, gone for those big points, and he would have scored a massive amount for that.
OK, so Pat needs quite a big jump here now. Here he goes to his second jump. And he's going down the wrong way. He's approaching the lip. It's a nice, clean exit from lip. 1 daffy, 1 flip, 2 flips. He's going to straighten up here now. Oh, he just missed it again.
He's out.
Oh, and he's scored low by the judges there, 7.4. Now, by my calculation, he's got to score over 30 for his final jump. Tim, is it possible?
He can do it, but it's got to be something. He's got to go into orbit, basically.
Right, and he's got to land safely. That's where Pat's problems are, coming down to
Absolutely.
earth. OK, Pat, your fans are cheering you on. Take your third and final jump. And Pat's bombing down the wrong way. He's given it all this time. He's up in the air. He's done 1 backflip to the top, 1 daffy. He has a straight up. Oh, he's straight up just in time. 80.3 average. I don't think that's enough, Tim.
It was a good jump, but it simply wasn't enough. He needed something very spectacular there.
Okay, and the final score for Pat was 40.6. Just edged out by Mick, who is tonight's winner. Well, first of all, congratulations, Mick. Incredibly smooth jump in there. How did you manage to trounce Pat so thoroughly?
Well, it was all down to training. You know, I was out at Hampstead Heath the other night, and it all kind of worked well. You know, it was a bit cold, and it was great. It just paid off training.
Okay, well now, Pat, you did some very fancy work, but you just seem to be trying to do a bit too much there.
Well, my jumping's a bit like my jumper, really, a bit too much, so that's why.
I can quite agree with that.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Well, I'm afraid, Pat, that you've missed out on our star prize, which goes to Mick. Now, Mick, I'm sure...
Is it a car?
It's even better than a car. I'm sure you've won many awards for DJing, but none as special as this.
Trip around the world?
Our special, huge, golden GamesMaster joystick! Now, Mick, you can take that home, and I'm sure you could do a lot of damage with something like that.
I'm sure it could do a lot of damage to someone, yeah. So I shall gladly accept this on behalf of Capital FM, because I think, well, actually what we'll do, Pat, we'll put this in the Capital Foyer in London so everyone can come up and have a gaggle at my joystick.
Okay, great. Another round of applause for Pat Sharp and Mick Brown.